In this segment, I'm going to show you how easy it is to add monetization to your course. Now, we're going to add things to your course that you've never, ever seen before. Not only are we going to add banners, but we're also going to have news tickers, light boxes, countdown timers. We can even do something called customer buyer behavior. Definitely the most advanced monetization features you're going to find inside of any membership or course builder. Okay, so with the monetization, if I come over here to Katarina's site, she's got banners here. She could have a top bar up here, just like we have here with a countdown timer. You see we have more banners. We could have a news ticker going across. There's customer buyer behavior. We could actually make a light box open up here. All kinds of cool stuff we can do with monetization. But the question is, how hard is it to actually deploy all this monetization? So I'm going to come back into the back end. Here you see that I'm over here on step number 1. And I'm going to come over here and click on our settings. This time I'm going to come over here to monetization. Now you see that I have one monetization campaign. I've had 363 impressions, 11 clicks, which isn't very good, and a 3% conversion. You can see the date I created it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to create a new global campaign. Now the way our monetization works is you deploy all kinds of miniature monetization campaigns at the same time. So you can fire off a news ticker, a banner, a top bar. You can show related products, or you can even make a light box open up, a pop-up at the same time. You can do all of these things at the same time, or you can just go ahead and do one at a time. So if I click on news ticker, all I'm going to do is come over here. I'm going to type my content. Make sure you join EverFunnels. Okay? I would go ahead and put my link. And then I go ahead and choose the text color for my link. This is going to scroll across the screen just like you see here. And then this is where it gets really cool. It's laser targeted. I can put it on all my products. I can put it on just this one product. Or if I don't want it on all the pages in that product, I can click list all modules. I can say I just want it on the week 1 module, the week 2 module, or however I want to do it. Okay? That's how you're going to do the news ticker. Next, we come over here to banner. And all I'm going to do is come over here and upload a banner. So I'll go ahead and pull one in from my library. There's one right there. I'll say insert. Now I've got my banner. I'm going to go ahead and put in my link here. And then we're going to do the same exact thing. All products, individual product, or certain modules. So if you look over here on the screen, this is a sample of what it's going to look like. Next, we'll come over here and we'll click on top bar. Now you see here's our top bar. So we have a headline, a description, and a button. So for the headline, join EverLesson today. And then for our subheadline, limited time offer. Okay. And then for my button text, join today. And then what I can do is I can go ahead and choose a product, a course inside of EverLesson, or I could send them to an external URL. Now, these are the colors. So this is my bar color here. So this blue here, but it's green here. Here's my text. I could go ahead and change my text. And then here's my button color. So it's showing blue here, but it's actually black over here. So this is just a sample of what it is you're creating. And then guess what? Same exact steps. Do I want it on all my products? Do I want it on the individual products? Or do I want it on individual lessons? That's how we do that. But guess what? It gets even better because look here. I can come over here. I can click on enable timer. And now I have different types. I can do evergreen. I can do cookie based, whatever I want to do. And so I can come over here and I can set my remaining time. So when they open up this page, there's going to be 14 hours left and 23 minutes. Or I could do it cookie based. 14 hours, 23 minutes, right? Limited time offer. Okay, then I can go ahead and choose my timer color. So what we're doing is we're doing this right here. So I could choose my timer color and I could choose the color of my button. And then here is the background. So if I come back over there, limited time offer, 14 hours, 23 minutes. Guess what, guys? Same thing. List all products, or individual lessons. Now I'm going to come over here and I would go ahead and click save. And then my top bar would be created. Next, we're going to come over here to related products. Now this gets a little advanced, but it's something that you guys can definitely learn how to do. Okay, so what I can do is EverLesson is all based on tags. If you choose to use it, you don't have to. So I can say, okay, I want this tag, I want this tag, I want this tag. And if the customer has been assigned these tags, then what we're going to do is we're going to recommend one of our related courses. We can do it by product category. We could do it by specific products, or we can do it by buyer behavior. Now, what that means is whenever your customer either goes A, downloads a product for free, or B, buys a product, we're going to look at all your products and see if there's matching tags and if they don't own the product or the course already. And if they don't own it, then what's going to happen is we're going to recommend one of your courses. Okay? And so, once again, you can decide, do I want it on all? Do I want it on individuals? Or do I want it on individual lessons? Okay? Completely up to you. And then finally, we have this one called pop-up. So this is what it's going to look like throughout all your products, individual products, or individual lessons. So I come over here and I can say, grab EverFunnels, and then I can put a subheadline, limited time offer. And then I come over here and I can have a video, I can have an image, or I can just have text. So next we have our button text. That's right here, right? Click here to get started. And now we're going to decide, okay, do we want it to go to one of our sales pages inside of our course, or do we want to do an external link? So I'll go ahead and do an external link. And now we come over here and we choose our text color, we choose our button color and our button text color. And if we want, we can even delay this. And then this is a menu you're familiar with, all products, or individual lessons. And that's how easily you're going to go about creating your monetization inside your course. Now, at any given time, even though this is a global monetization campaign, you can come in here and you can actually deactivate just that one sub-campaign inside of this global monetization campaign. And remember, we've got a video here to walk you through the whole process. In this segment, I'm going to reveal how you're able to take one simple CSV file, very, very basic, nothing complicated. It can actually be a Google Sheet. And what you're going to do is you're going to load it inside of our system, and it's going to build your whole entire course for you. It's pretty awesome. It's something I had to build for myself. This allows me to create courses on the fly. I can do it when I'm flying, or when somebody else is driving, or whatever it is I want to do. I'm able to create courses very, very fast. And I think you're really going to dig this. So let's do it. Okay, so let's make some more magic happen. So you see I'm over here on my dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. Here's the membership we just created. And now I'm going to go ahead and go into that membership so that I can see the one course that we created, which is how to bake a pizza. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a course called how to bake a pie. So we're going to come over here and click on create new course. We're going to go through the same steps. How to bake a pie. Okay. For the description, in this course, I'm going to teach you the step-by-step process to create a pie. Okay. Now, there's some advanced stuff here compared to the onboarding process that we went through before, but nothing really all that complicated. Okay, so we're going to follow the same process. We could go ahead and choose an instructor if we wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and upload an image. So I'm going to click Add Image, and I'll just go ahead and click Upload Image, and I should have one called Pie. Let me search for that. There it is right there. And so it's going to go ahead and it's going to put the image inside the library. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and say Insert. And now you see we have an image for how to bake our pie. I don't need to worry about the logo. That's fine. All this stuff is kind of advanced. But if you watch the monetization module, then you know what this is. So my category would be cooking, and then my tags would be pie. Pretty simple. You'll get the hang of it. That has to do with monetization. Then we're going to go ahead and click on the Save button. Now what we did was we just created our course called How to Bake a Pie. Okay? So the next step is, what we're going to do is we need to add lessons to it. So we could come over here and click on Add a Lesson. There's one lesson. Add a lesson. There's two lessons. Or I'm going to show you how to take a simple little sheet and create all of these lessons at once. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to open up what's called an Excel sheet. You can also do this with a Google Sheet. Google Sheets are free. Now, this sheet right here is going to allow me to build all of my lessons at once. So if I open up these cells, you can see what we have going on here. So all I need to do is type in my lesson name, right? So the different types of pies. Okay. Buying the right ingredients. And we'll do making your pie dough or pie crust. Okay. So I would come up with my different lesson names. I could do as many as I want. Next, we need to tell it what kind of lessons are these. Now, most of the time, they're going to be video lessons. But if you don't have video, it'll be content lessons. And if it's a free download, it'll be download. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 1, and 1. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to put in our description, right? In this lesson, you're going to learn the different types of pies you can make. Now, if you don't know Excel, it'll just keep going over the cells like that, but it's in this cell right here, which is C2. Okay, so there's 2 here. This is a C. This would be B2, and this would be A2. So you got A2, A3, A4. Okay, so now we'll come over here to the next cell. All right. In this lesson, you're going to learn about the key ingredients you need. Okay, and then we got one more. Making your pie crust. In this lesson, I'm going to share a secret to creating the perfect pie crust. Okay, so now these are the descriptions, right? So you see C1 is asking for the descriptions. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and highlight these yellow so that you can tell which ones are the title versus which ones are the text. Okay, next, if we come over here to D1, is asking for the video title on the page. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the same lesson name for my video title. So we'll do all 3 of these here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and copy those over. And now what it's asking is it's saying, okay, where do you want to host your videos? Do you want them on YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, generic video? Do you want to pull it out of our library, or do you want to do Amazon S3? Normally I do Amazon S3. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do YouTube. So we're going to put ones all the way down. And then what's going to happen is we're going to go into YouTube and we're going to find our videos. Okay, so the way we're setting this up here is as though we put all of our videos on YouTube, or all of our videos are on Amazon S3 or Wistia or wherever it is you want to host them. Okay, so I'm going to open up YouTube. Okay, and let's just assume that one of these videos are mine. Okay, so I'll go with this one right here. So all we're going to do is we're going to skip this ad here. Okay, here's the video. This looks like something I would do, but we're going to go ahead and copy this URL. So again, assume that this is my URL just for sake of the video. Okay, so next I'm going to come back in here and I'm just going to go ahead and paste that URL there. And then we would have our next video, and then we would have our next video, and that's it. That's all we're going to do. So you copy your lesson names all the way down, your lesson types, your lesson descriptions, your video titles, which will go inside of our video library in EverLesson. Then you tell us the type and the URL, and you will be able to do things probably 30 or 40 times faster than you normally would. So then we're going to come over here. We're going to say File, Save As, and this one I'm going to call Pie CSV. So if you were doing this in a Google Sheet, then what you would do is you would say Download As, and then you would save it, and then watch what happens. So we're going to come back over here to EverLesson, and we have our course here that is empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to come to this button right here that says Import. I'm going to go ahead and click this button, and here we can go ahead and download the sample CSV that I just showed you. But what I'm going to do, since we already finished the sample, is go ahead and load it. So I'm going to click Choose File, and then I'm going to go to my downloads, and I'm going to look for the pie. There it is. We're going to say Open, and then we're going to say Submit. And now you see that we just went and created our whole entire course. All of these lessons just came in. And if I come over here and click the View button, you can see there is our theme and there is our video, and it came right in from YouTube. And all of our other modules have already been built out. Our titles there, our descriptions there, everything is done. And so you can do hundreds of lessons if you want from a simple little spreadsheet. Now, there's one more thing I want to mention, but I'm not going to walk through the process. But while we're inside this membership, you can take this CSV import a bit further. And what you can do is you can go through our wizard, and it'll walk you through the step-by-step process. So this time, you can import your categories, you can import your lessons, but then it'll walk you through the whole entire process. So if you want to go through the wizard, instead of actually creating your course right here, you can do that as well. Okay? So there's many ways for you to create a course, but I promise you, this is about as fast as it gets.